Over 10 years ago, in about 2008, I was diagnosed with leiomyosarcoma. I went into the emergency room because I was having constant abdominal pain, and they kept telling me something was wrong with my heart rather than checking my stomach. So I left the emergency room and went to my primary care physician. When I went to my physician, she said, "You have a mass." And I just looked at her like, "What do you mean? I'm not just fat?" She's like, "No, you have a mass." So she sent me to the doctor, and when they did the MRIs and all the CAT scan, I was found to have a mass of 17 by 24 centimeters. It had covered the entire internal organs. You could not see any of my intestines, my stomach. You couldn't see anything. That's how huge the mass was.
So during the summer, I thought I had a touch of the flu. I had a big flu, and the doctor thought I might have pneumonia. So Dr. DiFabrizio suggested I get an MRI. And then it came back, and he said, "Your lungs are clear, but you have a big mass on your kidney." I didn't think anything of it. I'm the type of person who, I never even had my tonsils out. So I went to the urologist, and Dr. Polise said to me, "There's a good chance you have kidney cancer."
In 2005, they found tumors in my right lungs and had to remove 2 lobes out of 3 on my right side. So I have 1 lobe on my right side. From that surgery, I developed a mass in my throat, which made it difficult for me to breathe. They had to remove that mass December of that same year. When the doctor found the second mass growing, he said that if I had waited, then they would not have been able to save my life.
To hear that you have cancer, the first thing that plagues your mind is the fear of death or the fear of expiring and not accomplishing, for me, everything that I wanted to accomplish. So when I got to Dr. Samuel Singer's, his intern told me, "You're in stage 4 cancer." And I just kind of looked at him like, "What?" Like all of it was surreal. It didn't make sense to me, and I started laughing. He said, "Well, that's the right attitude to have because you're going to need it."
Oh, my first thought is, screw you. I'm going to fight this with everything that I have. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get rid of this. I'm going to get through this. I immediately found strength from inside. I don't know where. But I decided I am going to make it. I'm going to live through this.
I lay on my bed totally devastated by the treatment. No energy, no taste. Had lost my hair. I'd lost my eyelashes. I'd lost my eyebrows. I said, "I am not going out like this." And I started to fight.
There's always that fear when you get something that's so familiar to everybody that it causes fear, that it can make you fear. And I remember crying, I remember wailing, and I remember just saying, "I don't want to die. I'm not ready to die. I got too much to live for. I got to live for my daughter. I got to live for everything that God told me to live for." And I know it sounds kind of churchy, but I needed the will to live. I had purpose. I didn't know what the full purpose was, but I knew I had purpose.
I want to thank Dr. DiFabrizio for saving my life. He was so thorough. He kept saying, "I want to get down to the bottom of this. We have to find out what's wrong." You know, he wanted me to live my best life. And I want to thank Norman, who never left my side during the whole operation. He slept in a bed next to me. And I want to thank all of my friends for I had so many people. I'm a dancer, and so many of the people in the dance community came around me, and people who I didn't even know gave me food and cards, and it gave me strength to go forward, and I did not feel alone, really.
When you have a diagnosis of cancer, a lot of people think that you're going to die, you're about to die. And for a while, I believed that after getting diagnosis, but I'm here to say that there is life with cancer. There is life as you fight to survive. I dig deep within and found strength. It was my family. It was my team of doctors, oncologists, my co-workers, my pastor who spoke life encouragement into me. I was planning my funeral. I said, maybe God, it's time to go home. But then I realized that no, it's not time to go home. I'm not going willingly. I'm going to fight. Deep within, there is strength. There is resources out there. There's fellowship out there. There's support groups out there. There are people who will root for you. And so the most important thing is how you decide to fight. What decision you make. How am I going to deal with this? I am not going to let cancer define me. I am not going in a corner and hide. I am going to stand strong. I am going to let my voice be heard. I'm going to encourage others and let them know that we are survivors. We are fighters. We are courageous, and we are not going to just lay down and die.